What's up, guys? Tanner here. So I think I told you guys when I got the truck back from Smith's, the diesel shop. I had a air code P25, I think it was 2509, which was the intake air temp, meaning the grid heater. So if you guys have, depending on what you guys have here, I know they changed a few things under the hood between the beginning of the third gen and the end of the third gen. And I know one of the major things was grid heater right here. The older third gens have plugs right there where these two lugs are coming out. And they have a positive and a positive going to each one. Well, this only has it on the back side. So, thinking, oh, grid heater's probably going. Okay, fine. Order the grid heater. But then I start to think, oh man, there is a separate relay. Well, also, I couldn't find a video on that older relay and figuring out how this setup works. And a lot of you guys have, it's like a rail, and there's two separate relays on there. That's the older third gens. I couldn't find anything on the newer ones. What this has is a single relay over here behind the battery. So that right there. Okay. So interesting spot to put it, right under the intake. Not the ooh, I just got a sliver. Yikes. Hang on, guys. Okay. Ow. Yikes. So, you guys want to see what that looks like? This is what it looks like. This is the intake, the grid heater relay. This is the one for my 07. I would double check under your hood and see. That is what pops up for the 07 though. I did notice the difference in part numbers because I was going to try to just warranty out mine with O'Reilly's because we did my dad's a while back, but part numbers were different, obviously, because like I said, with those two lugs, they're not using two lugs on this. They're just using one power cable to the backside of the grid heater, and I'm assuming it's being grounded with the bolts. I'm not sure how it's being grounded, but it works, and I didn't quite see how that worked, but I'm assuming that's how they're grounding it, is with the bolts. But for part numbers, if you guys are looking, like I said, mine's an 07 59, not an 07 and a half, no 67, it's a 59. The grid heater itself is part number DIH3 if you're buying standard ignition brand, Rock Auto, O'Reilly's, all that. The relay itself, if you're buying standard ignition brand, whether it's Rock Auto or O'Reilly's, again, as long as you're buying the standard ignition brand, which is the best one I found on Rock Auto, standard ignition brand, your part number is going to be an RY1779. So if you guys are looking for that, give that a shot. And to be completely honest, my grid heater and my relay wasn't bad. I had some bad corrosion on one of the cables, but by the time I had seen it, I'd already ordered the parts, and I was like, well, I'm just going to replace them, put new ones in. I do live in an area where it gets cold, so every morning, at least in the late fall and early spring and the whole winter, it's the grid heater's coming on. So I figured, coming from Canada, like this truck came from Canada, I guarantee that grid heater was used probably 6 months out of the year for sure. So, and honestly, they come on anything under like 60 degrees, I believe. That is what I read on a manufacturer thing, but I don't always see the grid heater light on the dash. But I will notice once I start the truck up that the voltage gauge will fluctuate, meaning that the grid heater is cycling on and off. So if you guys have have an issue like that, check those. Honestly, like seems to be a big thing here, you know. Check your connectors, like I had with that pedal issue. Check your connectors, check your connection on the relay, check everything, you know. Even if it looks connected good and it looks a little corroded, just take it off, wire brush it, all that shit, and give that a shot. But if not, that's where you get your parts. I believe the grid heater was like $75-100, something like that, and then the relay was like $35. Definitely go to Rock Auto for those. O'Reilly's wanted almost $200 just for the grid heater, and I was like, no, not doing that. I know the Standard Ignition brand, very good, very high quality. I mean, honestly, best thing you're gonna get unless you're buying OEM. And it's not anything super crazy to get to. So if for some reason it did give out again, you know, just replace it again. But I have a lot of confidence in the Standard brand, so give that a shot, guys. Let me know if that helps anybody, or even trying to find that relay. For the longest time I was trying to find the relay, and then, you know, I seen it under or next to the passenger side battery one time, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. I traced the wire and I saw that it went to the grid heater on the other side of the engine. So interesting placement, but that's engineers for you. But all right, guys, hope that helps somebody. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments, if there's anything I missed, anything maybe you guys found, and like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Later.